Hey guys, I'm Nico. Welcome to our special article for ePlayer. I believe that you are already looking forward to Sony's new next-generation console PS5, but it is really heavy. In fact, we already got the console last week, but there was really no time to open the box. So please don't complain about Nico. Well, let's hurry up and start unpacking. Well, here are all the stuffs from the PS5. Of course, the game is not included. And here is the PS4 console collected by Nico. First of all, this one is a limited edition PS4 Pro released by Sony to commemorate the sale of over 500 million PlayStation series. It has its own special number. The one in front of us is the original PS4. Of course, this is a limited edition of Star Wars. As a Star Wars fan, Nico must get one. Then let's go back to PS5. This time Sony has launched the BD-ROM version and the digital version of PS5. Their contents are the same, and what is the difference between them, we will introduce it later. Judging from the appearance, PS5 is obviously much larger than PS4 and PS4 Pro, so it is also far ahead in weight. It is worth mentioning that this time Sony is very conscientious to give us a console bracket. We need to know that console brackets of PS3 and PS4 need to be purchased by ourselves, and a plastic from Sony cannot be cheap. In addition, to match our PS5 console this time is such a newly designed gamepad named DualSense. First of all, its white color scheme makes me like it very much, and its feeling, I think it is much better than this old one. The last is our three cables. One is a gamepad cable, the other is a power cable, and the last is HDMI cable. You can't underestimate the last line. It is HDMI 2.1, which supports 4K and 120Hz video output. Of course, there are two menus, I don't need to introduce them in detail. Okay, that's all for today's unpacking. See you next time. Just kidding, don't go away. We will bring a more detailed house evaluation and running video immediately. As we mentioned before, Sony has launched two versions of PS5 this time. Their console brackets are slightly different, but the installation method is the same. Next, let's start the installation. Sony's next-generation console PS5 was officially released on June 12, 2020, and the price was made public at an online conference on September 17, 2020. Two editions were starting to sell in Japan, US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea on November 12, and would be gradually launched globally on November 19. From the appearance, this time Sony has changed the black-based color and relatively square shape since the PS2. This time, the PS5 brings a two-tone style mainly white and black supplemented and adopts a sandwich-like appearance. With a large number of curved elements, there is also a unique innovation in appearance, which also indicates that under the leadership of SIE's new CEO Jim Ryan, the PlayStation brand will be promoted to an all-new starting point. Well, let's compare the specifications of the PS5. First, let's take a look at the back of our two editions. On the top are two Type-A USB 3.1 Gen 2 ports, followed by a Gigabit LAN port, and an HDMI 2.1 port is below it. The power port at the bottom uses a wide power supply which is compatible voltage from 100V to 240V. Okay, let's move to the front of the console. There is a Type-A USB 3.1 Gen 1 port, which can charge for your DualSense, and the Type-C USB 3.1 Gen 2 is below it. Two editions of PS5 both have power switch on the bottom, but the BD-ROM edition has one more optical drive port and the disc eject button. This time, Sony bring us a Wi-Fi 6 wireless connecting for 2 editions of PS5. If you're using a Wi-Fi 6 router, you can completely make the game download speed hit to the gigabit speed. Alternatively, all new designed joystick is come with PS5. DualSense will bring a revolution experience for the game players, which is the first in the industry to use a taptic engine like linear motor. And combining with an adaptive force feedback trigger, it gives players a really awesome immersive experience. This is definitely the best gamepad I have ever touched. Through the PS5 built-in Playroom game, I'm truly amazed by the feedback of this controller. For sure, this time the DualSense still retains the speaker just like the DualShock 4, and it also has a built-in microphone. More importantly, the microphone has a mute button which allows us to protect our privacy when playing online. After listening to me for so long, you may can't wait anymore. Let's connect to the screen and turn it on. Wow, I can't waiting! Never forget to updating to the latest version of the system at the first time. Finally updated, now we can insert the game disc. The pitiable digital version may want to eat that disc. Don't cry, digital version, we have PSN for you, so we can also play the game we want. Through our PSN account, we can buy any games we like in the store, not only PS5 games. We can also buy thousands of PS4 games because PS5 can be compatible with almost all PS4 games. At present, as long as we buy the game of PS5 version in PSN, Sony will also give us the PS4 version. It can be downloaded to the PS4 console at the same time, which is so considerate. I plan to put the PS4 in Grandma's home so that I can also play game when I go to visit my grandparents. Well, let's compare the pictures of PS5 and PS4 and see how much the next generation console will improve. First of all, we ran Black Ops Cold War, which was released with PS5. Thanks to the customized version of Zen 2 from AMD and the customized version of the RDNA 2 framework GPU, they can make the game run at 4K at 60 FPS. And also, with the introduction of ray tracing, the real-time reflection of the light and the diffuse reflection on the object are more realistic. We can pay attention to and compare the bar counter and the neon lights in the game of the two versions, as well as the depth of field of distant objects and the diffuse reflection of light on the ground and surface. The effect of ray tracing is even more obvious in the new game Spider-Man Miles, because the game style is brighter and the scene is relatively open and complex. It can better reflect the improvement of realism that ray tracing brings to the game. We can compare the reflections of characters and scenes in front of the glass in the PS5 and PS4. And also, we can find that the wet ground have a real-time reflection of the buildings, characters, and the vehicles in the scene. Such a real picture combined with the tactile feedback of the DualSense makes the game feel stronger. Well, here is all for today's unboxing. By the improved hardware performance of the PS5, the picture quality has greatly surpassed that of the PS4. However, compared with PS4 Pro, as far as the current games are concerned, major manufacturers have not fully explored all the functions of the PS5, so there is only a relatively obvious improvement in resolution and refresh rate. Of course, ray tracing does make the game's light and shadow be close to reality. So if you already have a PS4 Pro, I suggest that you can wait for the price of PS5 to fall back to normal. Of course, if you have a PS4, you can give priority to upgrading to PS5. After all, the latest next-generation console is also compatible with all PS4 games. For the console of BD-ROM version and the digital version, I recommend BD-ROM version. BD-ROM's games can give you more choices. After you finishing the game, you can also share with your friends or sell it as a second hand. Thanks everybody for watching. We will give out this PS5 Black Ops Cold War in this issue. Don't forget to pay attention to our 3A screening room. Wait a moment, if you want to watch unboxing of the new generation console Xbox, you can tell us in the comments area. Of course, you can say that you don't want, so that I don't need to work overtime. Here is today's unboxing of ePlayer. If you like it, don't forget to follow, like and forward it. Oh, by the way, you can turn on the small bell so that you can receive the latest reminder of our videos update. See you next time!